Hello, hello, hello. Good evening
Hi.
once again. Good evening once again to Toolbox Talk with She Masters, where we are talking health and safety issues across all industries. It is a Tuesday. It is a Tuesday where we talk safety. My name is Masako Lakowa, your host for Toolbox Talk with She Masters. As usual, please make sure that you share the videos that we are broadcasting today, and also do the watch parties to share the information, to share our episode today with your friends and families. Welcome once again. Can you imagine? Today, I have something special for you. And as you know, the festive season is here, and we are traveling. Everybody is traveling to different destinations. And the question is, as far as the new normal is concerned, the public transport industry is going to be transporting us to our different destinations. Now, how safe are we as passengers? How safe are we as the public transport, or public as the public and the customers who are going to be using this transport? And today I have a special guest who is going to be discussing this issue with us on Toolbox Talk with She Masters. This is one of the people, one of the leaders of the industry, the transport industry, who is Mrs. Kholeba uh, Kyahulezwe from NKK. She is the director of NKK. NKK is a business, it's a company that is transporting our public, our passengers to different destinations. So we are happy to welcome her to discuss what the safety tips she has in place for us, as in terms of transporting the public or the passengers to different destinations. Let us welcome NKK on board. Good evening. Good evening, Koleva.
Good evening, Masako.
Yes,
Good evening, listeners.
yes. Welcome to She Masters. Welcome to Toolbox Talk with She Masters, where we are going to be talking public transport safety, as the new normal is concerned. So before we start, please do introduce yourself to the public.
Um, my name is Kholeba Kyahulezi. As she has mentioned, I work for NKK Express as a director, and NKK Express is a public transport company which started way back in 1999, and it is now operating 3 routes from Gaborone to Francistown, Gaborone Maung, and Gaborone Moshopa route.
Great. That is very good. We really appreciate you taking Botswana to different destinations. And
Thank
as
you.
we said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Toolbox Talk with She Masters, where we are going to be talking public transport safety, as the new normal is concerned, as far as the new normal is concerned. So do share the live stream with your friends and family, start watch parties. And if you're going to be watching this as a recap, continue to share it with everybody. We are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. So, Mrs. Koleba, let us just go straight into the point. It is festive season. Everybody is excited. This is happening every year. And unfortunately, this year, I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately, this year is a different year because there's a lot of this restrictions as to the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. So what we want to know, and what I believe your customers and the public, the rest of the public wants to know, is how safe are we? How safe are we? But before we go into that one, I just want to understand, what does NKK understand about safety, so we know that we are in the same platform. What is safety to
Yes, ma'am.
NKK?
According to NKK, safety means as a customer comes to NKK Express healthy and not injured, he should come out the same. Healthy as he came to the bus and not injured, And this also extends to our employees also. They are coming to work healthy and they should go back healthy without contracting any disease, without any injuries.
Lovely. I like that when you say that you look at it as people, your customers or your clients coming in the way they come in, healthy as they come in, and you providing them with the great service that they live, your buses or your wherever that they will be. Yes, your buses, the way they came in, even maybe better, even your drivers or your employees coming in to work in a healthy and a safe way, and going back home still in a healthy and even a better way. I like that about that. That is safety to NKK. So listeners, please ensure that you share the video or the stream with your friends and family. Share with everybody, start watch parties so that we can reach as many people as possible. Great, Miss Holeba. So let's go on. I just want to understand, and oh, we've lost her there. So this is Toolbox Talk with She Masters, where we are talking health and safety on the road, health and safety on public transport. As the festive season is here, we want to, make sure that our public out there are safe, and we want to understand what the transport industry, mainly those who are transporting us from different destinations, what do they have for us? What do they have in place for us to ensure that we live our respective places to different destinations in a safe way? Remember, COVID is here. Remember, COVID is still around, and we need to make sure that we need to feel comfortable as clients, that when we travel within the buses and other means of transport, we are safe. And we want to understand, like I said, what does the public transport industry have in store for us? How have they prepared themselves to ensure that they transport us in an effective, safe and healthy way? We'll keep waiting for Miss Holeba, because it seems like I've lost her there. I hope she'll connect anytime soon. So so the next question that I would want to discuss with her, that will benefit our you listeners, is that what are the the safe ways in this festive season? What are the measures that they have put in place to ensure that as passengers we travel safely? So we'll keep waiting for her, and please feel free to put in your comments, to share the video with everybody, to share the live stream with your friends and family, and also start watch parties. Before we go on, okay, I'm reading a comment here from Komoto. Unfortunately, this one is not actually addressing what we are talking about here, so it will be answered after the broadcast. Um, Unfortunately, we have lost Miss Koleba, but yes, just to go on, the next step is that what are the measures in place that have been put by the transport industry out there as far as COVID is concerned? We know very well that we have been told that we have to distance ourselves, keep the distance, sanitize our hands regularly, and also put on the mask. So as listeners, as viewers, let us talk, let us communicate, let us discuss this issue further, to say that how possible is it, and what is it that we are expecting our transport industry to do, to have put in place to ensure that we travel safely. So for me, I think one of the things would be that communication and cooperation with the industry. Once we know that we are traveling, we have to arrange ourselves in a proper way, leave on time, knowing that this is the bus that I'm going to get. Okay. And again, putting on mask all the time. We have to ensure that we put on our masks, because remember, the buses, the transport, the transport industry will transport us. They'll do whatever that is in what they can. But what about us passengers? What is it that we are going to be doing to ensure that we adhere to the measures that they put in place? Because at the end of the day, we have to assist them. So we have to ensure, first thing, we have to ensure that we have our masks, because that is the primary remedy to prevent the transmission of this COVID-19. So we ensure that you have your mask all the time. And they also have in place that when you get into the bus, you get registered and you get sanitized immediately. When you get into the bus, you get sanitized. So there's this mentality of people going to the bus rank, or to go into the bus, to go onto the bus, then they have a lot of people coming with them, coming in, coming out. I think that should come to a minimal, because to avoid transmission, you need to come knowing that I'm going to get a 10 o'clock bus. If it's there, I get on it. If it's not crowded, I get on it, keeping this distance, cooperating with the attendants there. Get on the bus, get your hand sanitizer sanitized, get your registration, sit down. And again, avoid leaving from one place to another, or getting out of the bus, because by so doing, now there's no point of that sanitation that was done initially. Okay. Then the other thing is, once you're on the bus, I understand very well that there'll be people departing from Gaborone. Maybe the bus going to Francistown. There'll be people departing from Gaborone, going to other places like Francistown. But then in between there, what happens now? Miss Oliver is back. We understand that you got cut there, so I already had started. So anyway, uh let us go on. Are you okay to continue?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
continue.
ma'am. So yes, the question was,
Yes.
how prepared are you to transport our guests? What are the measures that you have put in place to ensure that you transport your guests, your customers, from one place to another? What happens? What do you have in place for them?
What we have in place, as like the rest of the world, we face the COVID. We are practicing COVID-19 protocols. Our buses, before every trip, they are sanitized. They are cleaned with soap and water. We clean seats. We clean the doors and windows. And then at the bus rank, we use the register, which help for tracing of contacts, makes it easy for the tracing of contacts in case somebody has contracted any COVID infection. And then from there, we sanitize. Everyone who goes into the bus is sanitized. And everyone has to have a mask. A mask is mandatory in NKK buses. And we encourage our clients to keep the mask throughout the journey, to cover mouth and nose to prevent infection. And at different stops, when we pick more passengers, we keep on sanitizing till we reach the journey. And then it's not that COVID is not the only risk that we encounter in public transport. We encounter other risks, including our roads. Our roads are not safe. We have roads which are not protected, as you know. Animals are roaming around. And when you reach other areas, even big animals are there, like elephants, like lions. So we need to be cautious about those
Yeah,
animals.
yeah.
So we warn our drivers against speeding. And if it is a distance, we provide 2 drivers to avoid fatigue so that they relieve each other. If it is not a long distance, a driver is just 1 single trip per day.
Mayor Koleba, thank you very much for jumping into the race. That's a very good point that you are raising about the race. Yes, I understand that that you follow protocols, COVID protocols to ensure that the area, your buses are safe, are clean, are sanitized, and your passengers as they come in, they get sanitized as well. And you are touching a very good point where you are talking about the risk associated to this industry, to transport industry. So most of the times, like you find that your customers can be a risk as well. And I just want to understand, like, what are the risks that are coming from customers? More so that when we talk about COVID, when we talk about transport, when we talk about the transport service, we cannot leave the customers out of it. We cannot leave the passengers out of it. So from the passenger side, what are the risks that they are bringing within your industry?
The only main and challenging risk that our customers may pose is the risk of cross-infection. Like there are many in a bus and they travel for a distance. And in the era of COVID, there's a possibility of one getting infection from the other. Yeah.
Yes, which is very high indeed. But then
Yeah.
we've been talking about the restrictions, like the COVID restrictions, COVID protocols, and so forth. And I understand very well that they talk. We talk is talked of distancing. So how does the distancing work inside the bus?
Yes, distancing inside the bus is very difficult. Basically, we make our clients sit down, all of them, and there isn't that 1 meter apart. They sit down, there's no standing passengers, and we make it a point that at intervals, at different stops, the bus stops, maybe if it's from here, Gaborone to Francistown, the bus will stop maybe twice or more, just for passengers to stretch and come in. That's how we prevent infection, and also we encourage them to keep the mask on.
So in the buses, as you be traveling, as you be transporting your passengers, your clients, there would be difficult customers, which I believe would be one of the risks. So in this case, how do you address difficult customers or those who are displaying unpleasant behavior, maybe refusing to put on a mask or saying they don't have a mask or something like that, saying that they are suffocated because putting on a mask, having glasses become blurry. From here to Francistown, from Gaborone to Francistown, putting on a mask all through, it can be a little bit hard. So in what way do you address situations like that?
Yes, ma'am. We meet different characters. We were created by one God, but we are different. We were all created differently. So we do meet those characters who are a bit difficult, and we have our bus assistants who are properly trained to deal with each and every character that they meet. They have been taught to be humble and not to be exchanging words with with a so-called difficult passenger, just to keep on pleading and telling, please put on a mask, and explaining the need why he needs to keep on putting on a mask, and explaining how he can pose the risk to the other client.
Great stuff.
So we have those bus assistants that we are teaching how to handle such cases.
Great stuff. That's a very good. That's a very good one where you have the staff that will be able to handle different behaviors, more so that they're dealing with different customers. Now, one question that I may ask again here is that when you are at the bus rank, for example, in Gaborone, you have those people who are selling hawkers, or I don't know, vendors or hawkers or something like that. Those who are selling, and you find that they'll be filling up in the bus, like customers will be coming in, and also those people will be coming in, which I believe in that case would raise the risk of infection. I don't know, what do you want to tell the your passengers or your customers about that one? How do you assure them that that case would be handled?
Yes, ma'am. About this one, I want to assure our customers that with COVID, we no longer have people coming in the bus when they are not traveling. Allow workers to come in the bus, because if they come in the bus, they pose the risk of congestion in the bus. So we really don't allow them.
That's very good. That's very good. We understand that they're doing business, but the business shouldn't actually pose more risk to your business or your customers as well. That is a good one. So moving on, Mekholeba, we have talked about the risks that are associated to your industry. We have talked about, how prepared you are, the measures that you have put in place, the register, the sanitation, the making sure that your drivers, your employees, they do their part as well. They rest. You have alternatives. So let's talk about the customers, your clients. What is it that you expect from them to ensure that the measures that you have put in place come to pass? We can't hear you, Mekholeba. I don't know if it's from my end, but we can't hear you. Yeah, still no volume at the moment. Yes, this is Toolbox Talk from She Masters. As we wait for Miss Kholeba to fix her audio, ensure that you share the video. If you are watching live, ensure that you share the video with your friends and family. If you are watching as a recap, do share again, and also start watch parties. As today we are talking public transport safety tips. We are with Ms. Koleba, the director of NKK, which is the transporting company in Botswana that is transporting people to different destinations. We are discussing issues of safety for passengers on the road. What is what have they put in place, and as the customers, what is it that is expected from you to ensure that they meet their targets as planned? This is She Masters Toolbox Talk. Yes, Miss Koleba, you can go on. Yes, ma. I think there's a problem with your mic. I think still there's a problem with your mic because we actually can't hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that technology. These things happen. Let us wait for her to connect back, and we hope that she will be able to continue with our chat. Yes, this is Toolbox Talk with She Masters, where we are discussing issues of health and safety across all industries. So today we are talking about public transport safety tips as far as the new normal is concerned. We have been talking with Ms. Kholeba from NKK, who is sharing with us the tips of making sure that they transport their clients in a safe way to ensure that they come in safe and they live their services safe. also they've spoken that, their staff, being the drivers and the attendants, they ensure that they provide them with the best service, with the best resources, so that they as well can provide the best service to you as their clients. Miss Kholeba. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I think I can hear you now. We can go on.
Hello, you hear
Yes,
me?
ma. Yes, we can hear you now. We were talking about your expectations from your customers to ensure that the plans that you have in place, they come to pass.
Yes, ma'am. We do communicate a lot and teach our customers as we go on, so as to gain cooperation from them. So we explain why they need a mask to cover their mouth throughout the journey, to cover mouth and nose. So really, you find we don't face much problems, because we do communicate and talk to them about the need to try and prevent these problems that we face.
Exactly. Yes, it is indeed a great one, Miss Koleba, because without cooperation from your clients, there's no how the strategies that you have put in place can be met. You've mentioned a very important point where you are talking about communication. Communication, it is key in all areas, in all you do. Your customers have to be involved. So if you communicate with them like that, as much as you communicate with your staff, I believe communicating with your clients as well engages them in the fight against the COVID, in ensuring that the service that you provide becomes, the best. Um, in conclusion, Meholeba, I really appreciate you here. I really appreciate you sharing the information with us. But what can you say in addition to all that we have said in conclusion, what can you say to your customers? Just give them, the updates on NKKE. Where can they find you if they need to get the best service? Because so far, I would say that with what you have said about safety, you'll be the best. So invite your customers to come to the best place where you offer great customer service and safety.
Thank you, Masiro. In conclusion, I can say to our customers that we have 3 offices. We have one office in Gaborone where we operate. And then we have another office in the bus rank near Gaborone, near Gaborone Hotel. In this office, we sell tickets for traveling. And then we have another office where we also have a workshop where we park our buses. And then in Maung, we also have another office whereby also there's also sale of tickets, because we believe in pre-booking to avoid
Yeah.
congestion at the time of when the bus is about to depart. So normally we pre-book so that they just come and sit. So I'm looking forward to welcoming my customers to NKK Express, where their health, their safety is a priority.
Wow.
We do promise to continue to strive hard to meet their demands. Uh, we hope from now onward we will be working together harmoniously and cooperatively, and we are accepting all the feedback, either positive or negative. We need all the feedback, we need all the comments from our customers. So feel comfortable in our buses. We invite everybody, even international travelers, we invite them to come and relax in our luxury coaches, which are air conditioned, which have luxurious seats, and which are quite comfortable even at night.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was Kholiba uh, from NKK. That she said she is inviting you to come and enjoy the luxurious couches that they have, and also they have your safety as their priority. So who wouldn't want to be to travel with them? I would definitely want to travel with NKK. We really appreciate you for sharing your, how prepared you are in terms of safety to ensure that, the spread of COVID-19 comes to a halt or gets reduced. Indeed, I believe more customers will be coming in as they have seen and they have been assured that indeed you are putting their safety at the forefront. From me, Masihole Kowe, this was Toolbox Talk. Uh, with She Masters, where we were talking public transport safety tips, the new normal, as far as the new normal is concerned. Please do join us next Tuesday as we are going to be discussing another issue about safety for everyone, not only for employers, not only for employees, but for everyone. Thank you very much for joining in. See you again next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Masiro.
Bye.